Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in this one we are going to be testing the GeForce RTX 4070 Ti Super in MindsEye. Yes, this terrible game, we're going to be testing it once again. And here are all the specs of the GPU. We have the Zotac AMP Hollow model of the card. We have the latest NVIDIA driver 576.52. We have 16 gigs of VRAM, GDDR6X from Micron. Over here in Task Manager, we have the Intel Core i7-13700K CPU, and for memory we got 64 gigabytes of DDR5, 6000 megatransfers per second, CL36, and finally for MSI Afterburner, no overclocks are applied. Everything is set to stock settings. So let's jump into the game and check out the frame rates. Alright guys, we're inside the menu. We're gonna start this off with 4K resolution using NVIDIA DLSS DLAA anti-aliasing, and this is DLSS 4 by the way. This game supports, and it doesn't matter anyway because no one's gonna play this. And we're gonna use the Epic graphics preset. That is, everything is set to Epic, blur, and everything else is disabled. It's very laggy, as you can see, 30 FPS. And this is where I actually left off the 9070 XT benchmark. Yeah, that card looks pretty good. And the problem is with this game are the shadows. There's a lot of noise in the shadows, you'll find. And right now I can't get outside this vehicle, sadly. And the reason why this game is horrible, I have stated it earlier in my previous video, so I'm not really gonna do it again. But yeah, the gameplay is really terrible of this game. Optimization is utter garbage as well. So just a gist of it I'm giving you. Wow, what was that black flickering there? But regardless of all that, the car collision damage is pretty good though. That thing I really liked. Look at that. The assets in this game are pretty good overall, but they couldn't use them properly. That's the sad part of it. This is probably an electric car. Yeah, the engine's probably at the back. Let's go off-roading a bit. Oh. And we're getting around 27 FPS average. Not so great. It's pretty much performing the same as the 9070 XT. And there's a lot of ghosting, as you can see behind the vehicle. There's a lot of trails from the tires. I don't know if you can see it on a YouTube video though, but yeah, it's really terrible. Wow, that sun looks pretty big. I think it shouldn't be that big unless it is some other planet or something. So I'm not really gonna do this mission. I'm just gonna benchmark, run around, keep this video short overall, because I know no one's really gonna be playing this game overall, and none of you are gonna probably watch this video also. Not many of you are going to. Let me quickly enable Qlty DLSS on top of Epic Qlty preset. And once again, this is DLSS 4 that we are using. And there's still lots of stuttering, as you can see in the frame time. Lots of spikes on it. And DLSS does look pretty good though, but there's a lot of ghosting, as I said. Even though it is DLSS 4, and we don't really get that much of an FPS. Another issue that is, it looks very fuzzy at the distance. In this game, when you look at distance, it looks very blurry, fuzzy. I don't really like that. Lots of shimmeriness going on around the fences. I don't know what they were thinking when they were like gonna release this game. Whoops. But you can do pretty good to like drifting in this game, or burnouts as well, and spins. I like the car physics pretty much. It's pretty decent overall. But this game tries to be like GTA, Watch Dogs, and I think Cyberpunk as well at the same time. That is not good. And also the first impression from this game is like terrible, the first few hours. So yeah guys, I think that's gonna be it for Epic settings. Let's switch the settings to high and see. Now since guys, we already know that without using DLSS upscaling we cannot get playable frame rate, so I'm gonna leave that on to quality, and we're gonna use the high quality preset. Let's check this, and we are barely touching like 60 there. It will probably hover around like mid to low 50s. It might even go below 50. I have seen worse than this when I was testing 9070 XT, and yeah, there's this lag spikes, continuous stuttering going on the frame time, a lot of input delay. It doesn't feel like, whoa, look at all that like noise on the vehicle there coming from the shadow. Lighting is also not that great in the game, especially in the night time. Gunplay, I mean the gun combat is pretty mediocre. And there you go. They said this is an open world game, but you cannot really roam around. If you try to, your mission is gonna fail. They have this huge world where you can't do anything. You can only do like the main missions apparently. But here we go again. Gonna start from here again.
It's a tail.
And yeah, this is from the makers, I think from the developers of GTA, if I'm not wrong. But boy, this is one of the very broken games I have seen recently. Or I have tried at least. As you can see, the frame time is going down below 40. 39! We were getting close to 60 and it keeps on dropping now. RAM usage is at 24. Also, they fixed a memory leak issue with the recent patch as well. Well, as you can see, it still uses a lot of RAM. VRAM is slightly over 8 usage, I mean. But yeah, the map overall, I think it looks pretty good. And also, you don't have an option to like open the map and see. At least till now, I couldn't get any option. Look at that, it looks so beautiful. All of these structures and stuff, futuristic. They could have really made a great game out of these assets, but they really failed it. But anyway, we are probably gonna get around 50 FPS average overall. Still not the settings I would recommend you to play this at 4K. Let's see what else can we do. Since we have access to DLSS 4, I'm gonna try this with like performance DLSS and leave the settings to high preset, because the game really looks great in terms of visuals, but the performance, the optimization is absolute garbage, absolute trash. I mean, both of them mean the same. And I just hit this robot, poor little robot. It says BRB on him. He's gonna be right back. It just disappeared. Wow. And even with performance DLSS, we are dropping below 60. Can you believe that? And there's a lot more ghosting now. And if you notice the tires, I mean the rims of the wheels, as you can see, there's a lot of noise when it's spinning around. It looks terrible. Let's take this tunnel and see. Maybe it will fail my mission, so probably I should head towards that location instead. And I have seen many people say that this game has a decently great story probably, but since the gameplay is so bad, like, I honestly don't care or bother about the story at that point. If the gameplay cannot keep me hooked up for the first initial hours of the game, like, what's the point of having a great story, right? Look at all that ghosting, my goodness, behind the vehicle. Also the texture quality, as I said in my previous video, texture quality in this game of everything looks pretty good. Unfortunately, I cannot get out of the car to show you by zooming in everything. Look at that drone. So much weirdness going on there. We can also try frame generation, but we are not even getting like 60 FPS even with performance DLSS. There's a lot of pop-ins as well. You will notice over time. Shadow and vegetation pop-ins. Now we're still using the high settings preset or the quality preset, but we have turned on frame generation on top of performance DLSS. And that is frame generation 2x, by the way. And you can also see the PC latency or the input lag at the top there. And it is pretty good though, not bad. I mean, it might get bad over time. Let's try it out. Getting around like 50 ms, 45. Now it's increasing there slowly. Yeah, it's very inconsistent. As you know, the base game, like, it is such a stuttery mess. You have seen the frame times. So using frame generation on top of that, it just makes it worse. What the heck just happened to that truck there?
Are you drunk driving?
What? I am not drunk driving. This truck driver is, for sure. Oh my gosh. And this is a guy who is trying to tail us, apparently. What is he up to? The AI in this game is like horrendous, guys. Can we ram the petrol pump?
You drive like you're playing
No,
a video game.
no explosion, absolutely nothing. That is sad to see. Whoops. But as you can see, not a great experience overall. Very laggy, inconsistent, like input lag. It doesn't feel right. So if you can't use frame gen on top of this and this stupid failed thing, I hate this game. I can't benchmark this. Finally, guys, we're back to DLSS quality with frame gen turned off, and we're gonna use the medium quality preset on an $800 GPU to see if this game runs or it gives us playable frame rate or performance. As you can see, it's still stuttering like hell. And I don't know what to say at this point, even though, yeah, it's 4K, I understand. But there are better games out there than this. I mean, better optimized games out there, which looks decent. And they perform way better than this. And I'm not gonna test low quality preset settings, guys, because it makes no sense. Testing a $800 GPU on low settings, it doesn't suit the GPU.
You take a breather and relax.
So if it can't run it on high or at least on medium at 4K, I don't know what to say overall. It's just a terrible experience. And now we are still slightly like above 60 here and there. Look at this. Look at this guy trying to tail us. He would do no matter what to stay on us. And FPS climbing to like 60 there. But it's pretty sure gonna drop to like 50s once you like get out of the car and run around. That's there. I think this will be enough for 4K testing, guys. Let's switch to 1440p and check it out. So we are at 1440p now, and we're gonna use DLAA. Reflex is turned on, and we're gonna use the epic quality preset settings. And let me tell you straight that, yeah, we're still not gonna get playable FPS. It's still gonna stutter. Let's check it out. And look at that, still can't get 60 FPS even at 1440p maxed out. And look at that, all that noise. And also, by the way, I wanna say that I was looking at Crispy's video. You know, he did a benchmark with a 5090 on this game. I was watching it after I finished my 4K recording. I took a bit of rest because I got headaches while benchmarking this game. So I was watching, and he said that there is apparently free roaming, but it starts like after 6-7 hours you have played the game. So that's a long time for you to like unlock the free roam in this game. You get to do different activities after you unlock free roaming. But yeah, I don't have that. I don't have the time to sit and play this game for 6-7 hours. It's like torturing yourself. Look at all that lag spikes or the frame spikes, constant stuttering. Even on a 5090 it stutters for him. What do you expect this GPU is able to run it? That's pretty big deal. And there's a lot of ghosting right behind the car as well. And look at all that noise on the rims. It's more noticeable if you use like DLSS upscaling. It is just terrible overall. Look at that sunlight. I really like that though, that game. The texture quality and the sunlight is pretty good, even though the sun is pretty huge. And we are getting 45 FPS average. Let's enable quality DLSS and check that out. And we are still using the epic quality preset. Let's switch this to quality DLSS with 50% sharpness. And let's see how it goes. Still sitting nearly 60, and as soon as I like start moving, it just drops to 50, and below that it starts stuttering overall. And what he was saying, I mean, Chris, that after you unlock the free roaming in this game, it's kind of stutters less than the initial phase of the game where you are like constantly doing missions. like this phase right now.
Although it's
So yeah,
impossible to say what they
but
wanted it for.
it's nothing too much better overall. It's gonna be the same or pretty similar overall.
Not guesses.
And right now it is kind of playable, but these stutters, I can't bear this. And even the cutscenes, I forgot to mention that in the previous video. The cutscenes also stutter in this game. What else do you want to know? I'm gonna keep DLSS set to quality. I'm gonna switch it to like high quality preset settings. Let's see if this makes it playable. Still it stutters. As soon as I like move the mouse, it starts stuttering. Why? How did this game like pass the quality checks? I don't understand. Why did they release this game?
Yes, the factory. Qlty is being
This game
held
needs
as we
like
speak.
1-2 years more for it to work properly. Disaster this is. But anyway, we're getting 69 FPS average. What we actually want to see right there, it is. And let's go for some off-roading and some drifting and whatnot. And it's dropping here below 60. Whoa, my bad. She just did a 360 there. Overall, yeah, terrible mess this game is. I'm gonna try frame generation on top of this, see if that reduces the stuttering overall. I'm also gonna try it at 1080p max settings, and I'll be done. So I've turned on 2x DLSS frame generation, and it is set to quality DLSS, and we're using the high preset. I really hope that it's gonna be a better experience overall. No, it still stutters. I can still feel the stuttering. And by the way, I can't show you the input lag for this sequence because as soon as I enable the NVIDIA overlay, it starts to like stutter my PC. It keeps on freezing. I don't know what's going on. So I just disabled it. And yeah, it's a mess still. Still very laggy, constant stuttering. Input lag is there as well when the FPS probably drops to like 50s. So let's just give up on this and try 1080p and be done with this video. And I'm not gonna test this game on any of my other GPUs which I have. I cannot torture myself anymore. I'm done with this game, with this video. That's it. Alright guys, finally for 1080p resolution, we're gonna be using DLAA with epic quality preset, everything maxed out. If it still cannot give me 60 FPS average, I'm gonna be really pissed off.
It's a tail.
Oh well, it's touching 60 there. Doesn't seem like okay. It still stutters at like 1080p. At least the GPU utilization. There's some CPU bottleneck. It seems like as it's dropping to like 86, 96, but still dropping below 60. I have no idea what to say about this game. This is one of the terrible games I have played recently, but sometimes it really feels good to benchmark like games like these. Like you get to like roast them, you get to bash them, bash the developers, the publishers. Sometimes I really like doing that. Like most of the times it's like we get good games or decently playable games, but terrible games like these are rare occurrence. So sometimes I enjoy them, but at the same time it becomes very frustrating while benchmarking, especially I don't mind the optimization, especially when the game is terrible, the gameplay and the combat and all that stuff. I can't really hook myself to it, and I just failed the mission there. So yeah, we're gonna go again. So as I was saying, like if the game is terrible, like the gameplay loop, the combat, all that is crap, I mean I don't mind the optimization. I'm gonna still make the video regardless of all of these factors, but it just makes it way more difficult for me to make videos because I can't get connected to the game properly. I can't connect myself. I can't keep myself hooked up and enjoy the game. I try to ignore all the optimization issues while I'm playing a game.
Are you drunk driving?
Even while making a video, I try to keep it away from me. I just try to enjoy the game. but it's my job to show you the optimization performance. So this is it. Absolutely trash. So we are getting around 57 below 60 FPS average, and it keeps on failing this. So that's it gonna be for this video, guys. Do leave a like if you enjoyed, and if this video helped you, it should help you. Just don't buy this game. That's my biggest advice to you. Don't waste your money and time with this garbage. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Till then, take care and bye bye.